Uh, we are expecting more people to participate, so we will start by 11:38. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Industry Masterclass, Future Uncoded Transitioning into an AI/ML Career. I'm Arya, Program Executive at KDES, and I will be your host for this session, proudly brought to you by KDES and Vijnana Kerala. As AI and ML continue to reshape industries globally, there is a growing demand for skilled professionals who can drive innovation in these fields. Whether you're a student, recent graduate, or academic professional looking to reskill, the session will equip you with insights, tips, and practical knowledge to begin or enhance your AI/ML journey. It's my privilege to introduce today's guest speaker, Sri Benny Xavier, co-founder of Riafi Technologies, a Kochi-based company founded in 2013 that has made a powerful mark in the world of AI innovation and app development. Riafi Technologies develops accessible, ethical, and adaptable AI systems for both consumer and enterprise solutions. They serve over 75 million users across 157 countries with services offered in 23 languages. One of their most popular apps, Cookbook, was the first cooking app on Android TV and was showcased at Google I/O 2015. Riafi has since participated in every Google I/O event and holds the distinction of being the first Indian developer to receive both the Top Developer Badge and the Editor's Choice Award from Google. Their enterprise AI platform, ISI, powered by their proprietary technology TextMagic, delivers conversational AI solutions in sectors such as banking, retail, healthcare, and education. With that background, it's an honor to welcome Benisa, a true innovator and product ideation expert. So, thank you for joining us. The virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Arya, for the wonderful introduction and welcoming me to the session. And thanks, Tasni, for contacting me and you know discussing about having this session for you guys. And I'm really excited because there are almost 225 participants, 120 odd participants, and it's a really big crowd. And where are you guys from actually? Can I get some response in the chat? Where are you guys from? Kottayam, Kozhikode, Kochi, Trivandrum, Ganashyam from Kollam, Junaid, Kannur, Calicut, Alapura, Kannur, Malappuram, Idukki. Yeah, great. Kottayam, Malappuram, Thrissur. Yes, that's really great. So this is kind of an all Kerala event. I can see that because there are people from different geos inside Kerala who is participating, and that's a nice thing to see. And uh, First of all, a very warm good morning to one and all, and thanks for welcoming me to for inviting me to the session uh, from campus to corporate, transitioning into an AIML career. I think that's the topic is. And thank you for KDISC and Vijnana Keralam for organizing this masterclass. It's a pleasure to see so many students and learners here and eager to dive into this AML class. Yes, Aditya Krishnan, you have raised a hand. Do you want to? Do you want to say something, Aditya? No, I think he clicked the wrong button. So let me give a brief introduction about ReFi and me. First of all, I think it's better to understand who is taking the session first, so that we can have a friendly interaction we can introduce ourselves and we can have a friendly interaction so that we can both get some insights. Because what I meant was like, I was, uh, passed out from the college. I was graduated from the college back in 2012, actually. That's like 13 years back. And the scenario might have changed drastically for the last 13 years. That's what I'm assuming. Because when I was graduating, the hot topics, the hot trending topics, the hot job markets, all these things were entirely different. That is one aspect to it. The second aspect to it is the access to the technology and access to the ways in which we can use this technology is kind of exploding. I mean, like there are faster ways to hit codes. There are faster ways to uh, solve a problem. There are faster ways to interact with the machine. There are faster ways to build a content. All these things are drastically changing. And back in our days, we had to write the assignments with a pen and paper using our hands, right? But right now, I'm assuming that at least some of you might be using LLMs to write the LLMs, in the sense ChatGPT or the OpenAI's technology or Cloud's technology to write assignments on behalf of you, right? So, is there anyone here you can honestly admit that if that's not a problem, because this is not a you know uh, this is not an evaluation kind of thing, right? I mean, this is not a classroom, so you can honestly admit that. Is there anyone here who has used an LLM, like an AI technology, to write the assignments on behalf of you? I mean, like, for a quicker solution. Yeah, great, good to know that. Yeah, at least there are some people, and it's very interesting. One thing about this, Faizan, Nazrin, Amal, Murshida, yes, for assistance, Pranav, Pradeep, Ayman, Rasak, all the time. Never wrote assignment without LLM. Bijoy Simon. Great. Yeah, it's good to know that. I mean, like, you guys are adopting the technology really fast. I mean, like, it's been, even though Google has invented the LLM technology for the last 5 6 years, it has brought to mainstream in the last 2 years when the OpenAI launched the Chat GPT platform. So since then, this adoption has been very, very, very good. Yeah, used for some research. Great, Amal. Good to know that. Good to know that. Uh, coming back to ReFi Technologies and about me, I am Benny Xavier, co-founder of ReFi Technologies. We started the company back in 2013, straight out of the college. The official registration and sort of stuff was in 2013. And we started building our core products back in when we were in college itself. One of our relational intelligence system is actually that's a patented technology, and it's our college project. So we are an AI innovation company that builds ethically adaptable and accessible AI systems, and we have a user base of 100 million in food, fitness, and lifestyle. And we also have a B2B segment which caters to the global enterprises like Federal Bank, KVB, Indigo, Cloud9, provider, and another telecom provider, which is the third largest in Bangladesh. And so this is about ReFi, and this is about me. What I do is, like, I try to ideate the product, and I assemble the team, and I try to ideate the product, try to understand the step-by-step process of creating that product and solution, and try to execute it within a designated timeline. And over the last 5 to 6 years, we were trying to aggressively hire people. Aggressively in the sense, we require a certain set of people, and we were trying to hire people for that purpose. In the first 6 7 years, we didn't bother about hiring. The only coders in the team was our founders itself. There are six co-founders in our company, and four of them are coders, and two of them are from non-tech background. So what we used to do was like initially we coded and shipped the product ourselves. But later, when we thought about it, we thought that we should scale our team so that we can focus on driving the business growth. So that's when we started hiring. So over the past 6 years, I have interviewed over 100 to 200 people, to more than 200 profiles actually, to shortlist, to grow our team to 50, 60 odd members that we have currently. So that's the uh, kind of background that I'm coming from, and I just want to give you some insights about what these job. I'm not going to give you a perception about the job market per se. I'm going to give you a perspective from an interviewer or a person who is trying to, not from an interviewer, from an organization's perspective, what they might be looking in, and specifically what our company is looking for. Okay, so these are the so you can tailor yourself, or you can craft your skills in such a way that it uh, you are suitable for the job market, or you are suitable for the creator economy that's getting created, that's there out there currently. Okay, so let me ask you one uh, simple question. Like I think that you might be having certain tons of historical knowledge about tech disruptors. I mean, like technological disruptors in the history of humankind. uh, so what are some of the major technology disruptors in the history of humankind? What do you think about it? Can someone name? Computer? Yep. Great. Fire? Good. Good. Internet. www. We can, let's call it internet for now. Yep. And automation. Automation in what perspective? Like automation can be done in multiple ways, right? AI. Hmm. Then anything else? Server. Quantum computing. It hasn't started to disrupt the world so far. Quantum computing. But it will eventually. Industrial and computational automations. Yeah, kind of. Wireless communication. Yep. Okay. So let me give you a deep neural networks, max pooling. Good. Deep neural networks. Right. So from a higher level, let me give you a picture of the major disruptors are, what the major disruptors are. Mm, see, these are some of the major disruptors in human history that has transformed our civilization. 1.1, like around 1.8 million years ago. That's what we trying to that's something that we have estimated. We have mastered the fire, and it has helped for human evolution and enable cooking. It has also given us some sort of power over the nature. It has given some sort of power over what we can do. I mean, like in the sense we started to cook. We started to have some kind of healthier version of food. Healthier version in the sense less infected kind of food. Maybe prepared food is more better for human beings. There's a theory like that. So we started to have this control over fire. We improved in hunting also with the invention of fire, because animals are afraid of fire also, and we started uh, using the fire, and we started taming the fire. Then come the wheel, which revolutionized the transportation. Back in the days, the faster mode of communication was kind of getting on top of a horse and riding maybe a horse cart or something like that. So those kind of wheel technology has also helped us in transforming our civilization. Similar to that, we had invented agriculture. We started doing agriculture at large scale, and the wheel and fire technology also helped us to helped us in this particular revolution. And then came the writing systems, because this was a very crucial invention of humankind. Because what happened was that, like, we could, previous to that, we were able to communicate from generation to generation. We were not able to transform the technology or the inventions that we had made in a recordical way. We could have done it in an oral way, but we couldn't have done it in a written systematic way. But with the writing systems in place, we were able to transfer that knowledge. And with the compounding effect of this writing systems and the literature that was present, we were able to create an explosion of knowledge in our sector. And then came the printing press technology, and then came the industrial revolution. This is again another major milestones in human history, because before that there was major poverty in the across the human population, and there were people starving. But after the invention of the steam engines, steam powered mechanisms, steam powered transportation, we were able to create massive job opportunities. And then came the electricity, electric power, antibiotics, modern medicine. This has drastically increased the longevity of the human beings. And digital revolution and internet, smartphones, and large language models, and of course AI. There might be other tech disruptors that I have missed, but can you guess one thing? I mean, like, starting from this industrial revolution thing, uh, no, let's starting from this printing press thing and industrial revolution thing, electricity, electric power, antibiotics, digital revolution, smartphones. From in these evolution, at each point of the invention, there was a concern among the larger population. So starting from industrial revolution, let's think like that. There were some major concerns among the larger population. So what was that? What was that about? I mean, like, can you guess? Jobs? Yep, jobs is one of the major concerns. Of course, there were other concerns also, like after the industrial revolution came, maybe after 100 years, yeah, skill is again another major concern was there. Pollution was again another concern, because 100 200 years after the industrial revolution, we started noticing the after effects of pollution. We started burning so much crude oils, and it started creating all these after effects in the nature, in the environment. Yeah, money is definitely a concern there now. Yeah, money problem is we are kind of solving it, because if you consider the GDP growth, the productivity growth of the entire globe, it has increased drastically after the industrial revolution. So money problem we are kind of solving. We are getting more and more people out of uh, starvation. I mean, like, in the sense, compared to the historical era, we are getting more and more people out of starving kind of state. We are kind of able to make food available to as many human beings as possible. But there are situations in which there is still people who are not accessible to food and everything. But still, we are able to reach to a larger population. Yeah, with the growth and with the kind of abundance that we have created. And of course, I want to talk about the major concern, one of the major concern, which is jobs, because that's again our core topic here. Uh, we are also, as together, we are trying to create a transformative career for us to showcase our skills, right? So tech or major technology disruptors in the last 500 years, all of this has created a major concern in the job market. Because if you think, when we started the industrial revolution, when we had the industrial revolution, there might be people who have thought that if we bring machines, then we will lose jobs. Say, even some 30, 40 years back, I'm not sure at that time whether that time period is correct. But when we started implementing machineries in agriculture, there were people who thought that we might lose jobs, right? But what we have done is like we had created another set of massive amounts of jobs which need a different skill set. So technology hasn't been able to replace a human being so far. It has helped us to upskill ourselves or reshape our skills or reskill and reinventing ourselves. So what we have to understand about technology disruption is like, and what we have to understand now is like, there will be technology disruptors once in a lifetime. For every human generation, there can be a tech disruptors coming in, and it can reshape the job landscape. So in that perspective, we have to we have to be updated and very much stay relevant in the uh, in this job market or in our life sphere. So that's very important. So again, I'm showing it. I'm uh, so is my screen visible now? Can you see one image of a dragon spitting fire? Okay. So
Yes,
can
sir.
anyone say what's yeah, thank you. More audio responses will be encouraging for me because I'm kind of speaking to I feel like I'm speaking to, you know, I'm not getting some response. Even the chat responses are there. In this online skills are a bit of dry because you are not getting the responses from the audience. So, but it's great if you can unmute the mic and speak also. There is no problem in doing that. So can you say what's special about this image? Or maybe you can say what, like, how many designer hours? Yeah, AI generated. Good job. Good, Avi. That was an answer that I was expecting. Yes, it's AI generated. And from the image itself, it's kind of obvious that it's AI generated. So this is the kind of technology that we are living. Yeah, Abhit. Uh, yeah, Abhit, do you want to say something? Okay, I'm proceeding. So this is AI generated. Obviously, it's AI generated. And what I'm saying is that previously, maybe 10 years back, or maybe 7 years back, or maybe even 4 years back, it could have taken a lot of hours for a designer to create such an image. It could have taken a lot of hours for a designer to create such an image. And for me to create this image, it took me nearly say 3 4 minutes to ideate until the first creation, and then for iteration I took some time. I mean, like after 3 or 4 iterations I was able to create the final version, and maybe 10 or 15 minutes within 10 or 15 minutes I was able to create this image. I shouldn't be portraying something unrealistic expectations to you, so that's why I'm saying 15 minutes, because from the initial ideation to the final version it took 15 minutes for me to create this create this picture. Why I'm saying 15 minutes exactly is because when we call it VFL using technology, using this newer kind of technologies, we use stopwatches to count the time that is taken in order to create a system, and we want to, you know we are kind of proud in creating systems faster than ever before, because in the last 1 year we are able to ship products in a faster way. So we are very much excited about it when we are able to create and things in a faster way. So what from my understanding, you had undergone you had undergone a certain training, right? That's what I understood from the coordinators. So what kind of training did you uh, go through? I mean, like AML courses or something. So what training did you go through?
AIML courses.
AML course, and what did you learn in it? I mean, like, what is the? I mean, like, in 2 3 sentences, or maybe in less than 30 seconds, can you tell me what did you learn? I mean, like, what was the course about? Anyone? I mean, like, for any
It's
course, there
like
should. Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
it's like building AI/ML application, like prediction,
Um, hmm,
basic
okay,
data.
okay, okay. All right. Small projects using TensorFlow or PyTorch. So, what are some of the projects that you have built?
TensorFlow.
Hmm, hmm. So, what are some of the projects that you have built so far as a part of training itself? Like small voice assistant tech. And tech, what underlying technology did you use there? Did you use any custom AI models or any LLM models or something like that? Hmm, great. It's good to know that you guys have been utilizing this kind of technology to create something good. Sign language to speech conversion using Keras. Yep, that's great. EEG prediction classification use Bolt. Good, good, good that some of you are familiar with the vibe coding. Yes. So one thing that I want to point out is that be curious beyond your curriculum. Even though you have gone through a training, even some of you might be graduates, beta graduates, some of you might have undergone other courses also. So maybe BSc computer science or whatever maybe your graduation, your stream of education maybe. Be curious beyond your curriculum, uh, because it's going to create a larger spectrum. Like you will get a lot of wide variety of knowledge, and you will be able to apply that knowledge into specific problems also. And one more thing is the world is changing faster than ever before because we have this technology. It's not like 500 or 600 years before. We were not having this sort of communication technologies. We never had this kind of coding technologies. We never had this kind of digital infrastructure. We never had this internet infrastructure. So right now, what is happening is like the communication is getting faster. More and more researches are happening in a faster pace. Actually, AI is helping human beings to do researches also in assisting in research. So the world is changing faster than textbook can capture, than any curriculum can capture. Understand about this. It's very important, and you have to be on top of this curve. Because why I'm saying is this because say from 2023 till 2025, I think OpenAI has released at least mm, how many models can they have released 4 5 7 models at least, 7 8 9 more, maybe 10 models at least. Because and Claude has released a model, Anthropic, the company. Have you heard about Anthropic, the Claude? Yeah, great. Yeah, they have released a model very recently, some 1 week, 2 to 3 days back. What was that model's name? Yep, great. Claude 4.0. Uh, Great. That's the name of the model. It's good that you are being ahead of the curve. At least some of you are. Try to be, try to have this learning mindset all throughout your life. Not till the point where you land your first job, or till you had your first success, or till you create your first product, whatever it may be. Have this kind of mindset. Have this kind of learning mindset, and let me give you some resources to stay updated. Uh, that this is kind of the blog of. I will put that in the chat. This is from the blog of the Anthropic company, and it's good to go through this platforms and have this participation in these kind of communities and create a reading mentality. It may not be always books. It can be like the tech blogs also, so that you will stay ahead of the curve. It will be very much essential for you to reshape yourself, reskill yourself, because that is going to be very much necessary in every 2 to 3 years, in every 2, 3, 5 years maybe. Because what's happening is like uh, one of my friends who is working in one of the largest MNCs in IT MNC in India, IT company, information technology company in India. What is happening is like they are kind of hiring, but hiring is kind of muted. And they are also hiring in a small numbers, but the thing is that they are transforming the technology. They are uh, bringing in Copilot to the for coding purposes. Also, have you heard about the white coding thing? The hot topic that is there currently. Yep. So they are bringing in kind of a coding assistant internal to them, and people working there are undergoing training to use the coding assistants. So this is going to enable them to produce things faster. So people who are ready to adapt faster and learn faster will thrive. Others, to be frank, to be honest, let me be straight, others will not be able to survive in this current environment. So by interacting with you, what I am understanding is that you guys are familiar with all these with this kind of technologies, with this kind of rapid progress that is happening, and it is very encouraging to me that my younger brothers are adopting and they are also learning faster. And this is kind of the landscape that we have currently. Again, when I asked about the major tech disruptors and what are the major concerns that was among the population when this disruptions came, one of the things, one of the answers that came in the chat was skill. Yes, again, that is correct, because India will need over 1 million AI professionals by 2025, 2026. This is NASSCOM's number, and we are falling in short of this number actually. Even though we have 160 crore, 130, 140, 100 plus crores numbers, we are falling short to find 1 million AI professionals by 2025 or 2026. And this is a 1 million means 10 lakh or 10 lakh. Say, even if it's 10 lakh, 20 lakh from India, it should have been easier to find this kind of professionals, right? Because we have a huge population. But that's not happening. And this is the opportunity that all of you have currently. Even though the hiring has slowed down, companies are hiring for specialized skill, and especially this AI professionals are of high demand. And so that is one thing that's encouraging, and it's very essential, as I previously said, to upskill yourself, to reshape your to stay ahead of the curve, and to have a clear understanding of the newer technologies that is happening and what is in demand. Okay, so let us come to certain, I mean, like specific things about the landscape, the foundational skills, mindset, and preparedness that we need to have while we are going through this hiring process. So the foundational skills, like the foundational skills, by foundational skills, what I mean is like it's not just technical skill; it will involve soft skills also. Okay, because see, you might have a friend in your college, right? I mean, like, say, there will be two people in your college. In every batch, there will be similar situation. There will be one person who knows everything, who does the stuff really well, who codes really well. But there will be another person, and for that for the first person, the perception among the teaching staff would be that this guy, I mean, like he doesn't know that much coding. Or like he is not able to like portray himself as a person who knows the stuff. But there will be a second person who may not be as much as talented as this first person, but who creates a perception that he knows kind of I mean like he's exceptional at coding, at learning things, etc. So have you had some similar situation? I mean, in which one guy has his core stuff, but the other guy has more kind of a perception creation kind of a skill with them. Have you ever had such an experience? I think I didn't communicate that well. So this happens in the sense, uh, in corporates it happens very very often. So what will happen is like there will be a person who creates stuff, who codes stuff, who does all the groundwork, all the grind works, and creates stuffs, and he knows the things, he knows the project maybe from A to Z of a project, but he may not be able to get the promotion or get a salary hike or get into a job or get into another role, or maybe he may not be able to uh, clear certain benchmarks, yeah, in order to get what he wants. But there will be another person in the same team who is not that much talented, but he's able to clear these kind of hurdles and get ahead of the first person. In corporates it happens most often, and you have to understand that this is the same case in job market also. Apart from the foundational skills, the soft skills, the communication skills are also very much important. So let's first come to the fundamental knowledge. I think you guys are coming from the AML course background. So these kind of technologies you might be knowing, right? You might be coding in Python. You might be data handling with Panda or whatever libraries that you have. You have, versioning practices like Git. Uh, you should be using PyTorch. You should be creating TensorFlow. You should be using TensorFlow libraries. So these kind of foundational skills you have already, right? That's what I'm assuming. You have learned about these things, right? Yeah, great. So I am not going deeper into that. So it's essential that you put these things into the CV. I will tell you why. And the second thing is like having knowledge about this technology is good. And the second thing is like having a practical project experience, because theory isn't enough, and employers want proof that you can apply your skills also. It's very much important, because why I would say that is because, say, suppose you're starting a company. Let's say you are starting maybe a tour guide kind of a company. You will help people, you will attract tourists. Tourists can get subscribe packages from you, and you will assign a tour operator for that tourist, and the tour operator will help the tourist to explore different places across, say Munnar. Okay, assume Munnar, considering it being a very very famous tourist place. But you are only going to hire a fresher. Why I'm saying a fresher is because you are also kind of coming from the same cohort, same persona. So that's why I'm saying a fresher. You are starting a tourism company, tour operating company. You help tourists. You assign a tour operator to to navigate the tourists across Munnar, and the tour operator that you want to hire is going to be a fresher. Okay. So suppose you posted this job requirement about the tour operator, and what happened was like you got two applicants. Consider you got two applicants. So one applicant came and he's talking about that he has went to Munnar, he has XYZ experience going to Munnar, etc., etc. But the second person is coming and he's showing his kind of experiences in Munnar, say his write-ups about Munnar, say he's portraying some photos, some interesting places that he had visited in Munnar, and he's describing about that. So what basically happens is like he is portraying himself as he has practical knowledge, about the about going to Munnar and visiting to multiple places, and he has in on hand, I mean, like hands-on experience. So that the second, what I'm assuming is that no, I am not assuming. I mean, like which person will you hire? The first person or the second person? Exactly, because he was able to showcase. Second, yes, I would also hire the second person because hiring is kind of a leap that we are taking. Every company is taking a leap, a trust with that particular person to execute certain things, and the second person has shown some practical skills also. So most of the people will go with the second person. Okay, and that's why I'm saying this kind of practical project experience is very much important. For two things. I will say the second thing. But the first thing is like you will get a clear understanding about the concepts that you have learned. Otherwise, what will happen is like, so suppose someone is asking what is this regression method. Suppose someone is asking what is this regression method, what is this TensorFlow doing, or what is this what is LLM? Okay, so suppose someone is asking about these kind of things, and you might not be able to answer it properly. You might be able to give a theoretical explanation, but you won't be able to give a practical kind of an explanation. So that's why the from the explanation itself, the person will be able to decipher. The person who takes the interview will be able to decipher whether you have a practical knowledge or whether you only have a theoretical knowledge. What you have to understand is like you don't need to know all the things that is there in the tech industry, in the AI industry. You don't have to know everything because nobody knows everything. Even in any particular niche, if you take, nobody knows everything because the LLM stack is so huge. I mean, like the AI stack is not the LLM stack. The AI stack is so huge. There is a database layer, there is a data layer, there is a data cleansing layer, there is an infrastructure layer, cloud layer, infrastructure in the sense cloud and other layers are there. And inside the cloud also there is a security layer. There is an another kind. There is another intelligence kind of it derives from to derive insight. There will be analytics kind of layer. So there will be multiple layers, multiple aspects to a particular niche inside a niche. If you consider an LLM stack, what you're seeing as a chatbot or what you see as a chat GPT is just the tip of the iceberg. The technology that is going behind the tip of the that going down beneath the tip of the tip is very huge. There is a huge database. There are clusters of computer. There is semiconductor technologies. There is cooling technology. There is scaling technology. I mean, like these systems have to scale beyond a certain thousand or millions of requests per second, right? So, with this set of computational power. So those old stacks, you don't need to familiar about all these stacks as a fresher. And even if an expert is not supposed to know everything about a particular stack. So what you have to know is like have the genuine interest and have a core understanding of the things that you are doing. In the sense, You might be having certain knowledge from the course that you have taken, the AML course that you have taken. You might be building certain stuffs. Understand the libraries that you're using, understand the logic that you're using, understand the system design that you have employed, understand the architecture, understand how you have deployed the code. Okay. So basically understand all these things and also try to do two things with that. Try to get an understanding about the pitfalls of the technologies that I had used, pitfalls of the methods that I had used. Is there a better way to do that? Try to understand how I can improve this implementation. Say suppose 1,000 users are going to use this. Not parallel, you don't need to handle concurrency right now. Suppose 1,000 users are going to use this. What should I do to make this system ready for next 1,000 people? If you try to learn like that, what will happen is like you will be able to gain the practical experience that is necessary to handle the the to land the job that you want, or to create something cool that you want. Create, I'm talking about two aspects: to land in a job and also to create something that you want to, so that you can make it available for people to use. That's again another stream of thought, right? Another line of thought. So that's why I'm saying that also. So understand these two things. What are the pitfalls? How can I improve this? And obviously you can use an LLM to understand this also. You don't need to read thousands of books. Earlier it was very difficult back in 10-20 years back, before this era. It was very difficult to learn these kind of things. You had to refer to a lot of people. You had to have a network of professors, computer science professors. But currently this technology is accessible for us, and please make use of that, so that you will have this in-depth knowledge. And the soft skills and mindset, it is also very important. The communication. Why I'm saying is because there are a lot of people who lags behind in their career, or who couldn't land a job because their communication skills are weak. And the teamwork, the time management, all these things are also essential. You will have to dig through each of this skill set in order to land a proper job, so that you will have this proper, you will be in a track to uh, improve your potential, increase your earning capacity, increase the skill that you have, because the earning capacity that you have is directly proportional to the skill that you have, or the value that you create. The value that you create using the skill is directly proportional to the earning skill that you have. It's a very important core understanding that you need to have, because say if you're applying for a job, what the employer wants to do is like, they want to know that you are capable of solving their problem, or by hiring this person, this company can do XYZ things, right? Make sure that you communicate that really well, that I can solve XYZ problem. These are the job roles. I have this experience. This is my portfolio. And you can showcase your portfolio and prove it to them. And second thing that I wanted to ask was that, does any of you have a portfolio of projects currently active in GitHub or any code repo, public code repo? Does any of, yeah. Can you put your portfolio link? Tech. Your name is Tech. That's why I'm calling you Tech. A big applause to that person. And Akhil Mahesh. Good. Yes. And Tech Explorers 1, 2, 3. That person is set. That. TTM Media Board, Text Auto, Hot Key Scripts, Media Control for Spotify, Decimal to Faction, Minecraft Access. From July onwards, you were contributing. Yeah, this is really good. This is a really good portfolio. Truth must bite. Yeah, it's good to see that there are some people with 21 repositories. Yeah, it's good. Offer language to speak link to Supercell. Okay. Okay, and you have hosted that also. Must bite Supercell. Okay. You have tried to say that like this is one of the previous website, Supercell website. This looks good. Try to adapt it. Okay, try to adapt it so that this copyright issues won't come. You're trying to portray your skills, right? You can create these images using, the technologies. So image generation technologies that is available. So try to create those images using that, and don't use these kind of, copyright kind of words. So, and that will, make sure that you're also familiar with some of the aspects. And the site is good. I really like it. Let me check the. It's kind of responsive also. That's good. It's good. A big applause to that guy. And the Tech Explorer also. So I'm taking the two GitHub projects. So everyone, please give a big applause to these two people. I have only seen two GitHub repos. So good job, guys. Yes. So what I was trying to say was that start building a portfolio. Okay. Start building a portfolio. It's very important. As I said earlier, to make an impact, start to make people believe, show tangible things. To make people believe, show tangible things. It's very important. Because even if you say 1,000 words, if you are not able to see anything, you won't believe. That's a core human nature. It's very easier to make people believe what they see in front of their eyes. So that's why I'm saying this, because I know it personally, because back in 2018 we had created such an impact. So this has helped us to land a couple of major projects also. You guys know the year in which the major flood in Kerala had happened, right? It happened back in 2018, and two of our friends, co-founders, was also stuck in the floods. We tried to contact them, but couldn't reach them, and there was a lot of chaos going through the social media, WhatsApp, and everything, because people were trying to send the address, and they were trying to send the requirements like water, food, and other kind of help that they needed. So it was a very chaotic environment actually. So what we thought was like that, what we could do with the kind of knowledge that we had. So that's the thought process that we had then. Initially, what we thought was like, see, we only know coding, right? We went out and helped. We went out as some volunteers. We helped. That was there, but the scale at which that impact was created was very much low, because one person or a group of people who was able to help locally, that was there. But the chaos that was prevailing in the entire Kerala, central, northern, and the southern part of Kerala was very huge, and we were not able to do anything about it. So we had a discussion among the founders of what we could have done and what we could do about it. And what we did was like, we created a system in which people can, there will be, there were people with the, if there are a group of people stuck in a particular position, in a particular place, there will be at least one person with the stars in their phone, right? With the stars in their smartphone, right? So what we thought about that, we can create a system in which people can easily come to that website, mark their location, the GPS coordinates, because what was happening was like, the address was not sufficient. That's why we chose the GPS coordinates, because in address there will be landmarks, there will be places, there will be nearby places, etc. But there were some places in which there were 10 feet. The height of the water was nearly 10 feet. So it was very difficult for even people who are familiar about the places to understand the understand the locality. So what we thought about was we tried to collect the GPS, and also the second thing that we try to do, GPS location of that particular group of people. One person can post it from within that group, and the second thing that they can do is like they can request for food, water, cloth, or whatever be the necessary requirement is. So this created an impact, and uh, how so we created this, but the issue was that we were not able to, you know, distribute it to the people who are affected actually, and the rescue operators. The creating is one part, and distributing it to the other people is again another part, right? So we contacted Prashant Nair, IAS. He was the, I think he's the ex-district collector, and yeah, he was the Deputy Secretary to the Government of India, Administrator of New and Renewable Energy at that time. And he distributed the platform. And what this created an impact, and it enabled us to save a lot of people's lives. This was out of the goodwill that we had done it, and this was out of the strong determination to help people. But this portfolio of products has helped us to land great many deals later with Indigo, with Federal Bank, with other great B2B companies, with other businesses as well. So building a portfolio is very much important, because this was again a pivotal contribution from RFI, which enabled us to big win projects later with the Kerala government also. With KKEM and KDISC also we had done projects. So that's why I'm saying it. Having this portfolio is very much important. It will help you to understand that. It will help the person evaluating you to understand that you are capable of doing something and have a practical knowledge. You don't need to know a lot of wide variety of things. You just need to have a deep understanding of certain topics. Have a high level understanding of a lot of topics, but have deep knowledge about certain topics, and do have a good grasp about it. Okay, so that you will be able to create that impact with the person who is trying to evaluate you. And understand this thing: the person who is trying to interview, or the person who is trying to screen you, your resume is not there to kill you or do harm to you, right? He is the person who is trying to find the right person to do the job for his organization. So you have to portray that. That's it. Try to harness this kind of mindset. I think the time is already up. It's almost 12:33. Uh, so let me try to give you a high-level overview of the interview process most companies do. Some of the companies have 9, 10 levels of interviews and all, but let me give you a high-level process overview. First thing is a resume shortlisting. So what you have to do is like you need to have a good resume, and a good resume in the sense everyone knows that you need to have a good resume. But what I'm trying to say is that after creating a resume, what you need to do is like you have to ask the LLM that whether this resume is good enough to apply for this particular job, and give the job description. Let me try to give you an example. I think you might be familiar about this, but let me illustrate this. Do you want this illustration or not? Because if you are familiar with this thing, then I'm not going to this part. Brainstorm with an LLM to understand what is going to happen at each step, and be prepared about the interview process. This is what this particular portion is about. Do you want to go through it, or do you want to wind up? If we want to wind up, then we can wind up. Do we have time?
So we have 5 more minutes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, then let me try to quickly show you something. So I'm using Claude here. Okay, so the first thing that in any interview process is like resume shortlisting, right? The person will, the organization will post a job, or they will, and then post a job listing. and they will get a set of resumes, and from the resume they will try to screen the resumes and shortlist certain set of resumes, and then they will be able to call the people for the next set of interview process. So I will give you a prompt that can help you to evaluate your resume. Okay, I have a few description that is being given below. Given my resume, evaluate the resume or CV and understand the compatibility. Suggest improvement points or the gaps, and what point should I highlight more? Okay, say I'm copy pasting one of the job descriptions that I found. Okay, so this is a job description. I'm copy pasting it here, and then I'm attaching one of the resumes that I had found from the internet. Okay, so upload your resume, give the job description, and say that you are an expert in hiring for the job description that is being given below. And given my resume, evaluate the resume or CV and understand the compatibility, suggest improvement points or gaps at what point should I highlight more. It is just for helping you to clear the first round, the show. So it's going to give you the evaluations, and don't be shy to ask more questions about it. There are some major gaps which is identified. This role requires 2 to 3 years of SharePoint framework experience. You are none listed, so it's better not to apply for the job. But there are some cases in which that alignment is there. You have the right skill set, but you have not shaped your profile really well. So in those particular cases, you can use this kind of technologies. Similar to each round for the online screening test, ask the HR that what can I expect, give the job role, give what the HR response is, and ask the LLM about what kind of preparation should I do, what are the certain like specific topics that I need to prepare for. So that's again another online screening test method. Then there is a technical interview, HR round also. Similar to the above illustrated method, we can brainstorm with LLM for each step and have a clear preparedness before going to an interview. So that's it. And AI is evolving rapidly. So interviewers may ask casual questions. So make sure that you are aware of the topics, aware of the progress that is there. And on top of that, make sure that you are an ethical human being, because most of the companies, at least VFI, and we try to look for integrity and ethical people. Ethics is like knowing, what is the right thing to do, and integrity is like doing the right thing that that is right. So be an ethical human being, because it is the only thing that is going to help you in the long term. Okay. Thank you, and you can contact me in LinkedIn. And once again, thanks for inviting me to the session. And it was really an interactive session. I wish it was an offline session, because you guys were really interacting a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Vanessa, for that enlightening and inspiring session. Your insights into real-world AI/ML applications and career guidance have truly added value for all of us here today. We have received a lot of positive feedback in the chat, and I'm sure that the participants have taken away some great ideas and motivation from your talk. As we are running out of time, we will now move toward concluding today's session. On behalf of KDST and Vijnana Kerala, I sincerely thank Sri Benny Xavier for sharing his journey and expertise with us today. To all our participants, thank you for joining us and showing such enthusiasm. Thank you and have a great day.
Is Amal was the person who had asked me the question? Okay, just a couple of minutes.
Okay, sir.
Publish in the sense. Suppose I'm working on a project which Sri Lakshmi had asked the question. Suppose I'm working on a project which I might publish. In that case, how can I add them to the portfolio before publishing? What did he mean by publishing? I didn't understand. In journals. Oh, this means okay. Okay, in journals and conference papers, you can publish in the journals directly to the journal, right? You don't need to wait for the GitHub thing to, you don't need to post it to GitHub and make it public before the journal publishing has happened, because most of the journals, I think, they want the exclusivity also. It shouldn't be published elsewhere. Some kind of things are there, right? Nuances are there, right? So you don't need to do that. How to improve communication skills? See, I'm not an expert in communication. What I know is that I know how to evaluate a person who is good at communication, but I'm not a good expert communicator or something like that. Try to speak more. Try to uh, read more, write more, and read what you have written. Read what you have written. It's very important because it will help you to clearly communicate your ideas. Write more and read what you have written. Iterate it over. Just do one write up per day, whatever it may be. It can be morning pages also. You have heard about the morning pages, right? You wake up in the morning, you just start writing random things and just read it and just understand the words that you're repeating, the tones that you use, the words that you're unnecessarily using. Say I use the word a lot, right? In my communication. So similar patterns you can identify, and then you can correct it out. So read a lot, write a lot, not a lot, write, and then read what you have written, and then improve. It will help to improve the clarity of what you're trying to communicate. And also try to use the gestures, try to take hands, try to express yourself, and it will improve gradually. It will happen. It's not going to happen without any exercise or without any training. It's not going to improve without the exercise part that I had told. But do this. This is the exercise that I know about, and I try to talk to a lot of people also. So it is again a natural exercise for me. I mean, like, so these kind of things are there. Yeah. Is self-learning with some personal projects enough, or should we take some offline courses? Self-learning with some personal projects. Having personal projects is very important. Don't forget to publish it, like host it somewhere, like the Versalab someone has posted here. And try to upload it somewhere. AKP, yeah, this kind of things you can host, and then what you have to do is like take some kind of certifications. Certifications will always have value in the sense Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, AWS, all these companies have courses which is necessary for this A and upskilling, because these three companies, Azure, Microsoft, and Google Cloud, these three companies constitute around 63-65% of the market share. AWS being on the top 29, Azure around 22, and GCP around 13%, 64-65% of the market share. So it's very much important that you have a certification in one of it. It's important in the sense it's good. It will be a add-on in your resume. In the sense, when people look at your resume, they will go through this resume and see this certification, and this certification will have a value. Don't take it from some random website or something. Take it from if you are taking a certification with the money out of your pocket, take it from a very reputed take the certification from a very reputed places like Microsoft Azure AI engineer, Google Cloud professional machine learning engineer, AWS certified machine learning. All these kind of sort of courses are there. So try to take a certification. It will cost you some money, but it's going to yield you results. Because back in some 20 years back, 17 years back, my brother was from electronics and communication stream of engineering. And he pivoted to this computer science stream by taking some Sun Solaris kind of course or something. It was a 6-month course. He took a certification and he got his first job in Mumbai. And right now he's working in ANZ, the Australian New Zealand Bank, and that certification had helped him to pivot his career, and it has helped him to earn a decent job uh, at the beginning of his career as a fresher. Yeah. Can you share a sample CV? I don't have a sample CV with me, so uh, let me. I don't have a sample CV uh, because I go through a lot of resumes or CVs, but I don't have I don't have created one myself. I know the screening methods, but I haven't created a perfect CV yet. Should the portfolio link be attached to the CV? Yes, of course. Of course, the portfolio link can be attached to the CV. Uh, it is going to add value. Can you share the LinkedIn profile link? I hope you guys are listening to me, right? Oh, okay. Any more questions? Wait. This is my LinkedIn profile. And also, I will give you another technique, which I have found very interesting. Is like when you're learning something, try to tweet about it and try to post about it in LinkedIn on a daily basis. When you're learning about something and when you have created something, try to screen grab and try to do a write up and try to showcase it out there to the world, so that it will become a natural portfolio for you, and it will help you to create the strong track record that you have. Because when going through the interview process, don't forget to showcase this thing, because they are not going to do some may do some background checks, but not all the companies will do that. They will have this hundreds of resumes, and they are not bothered to go through the individual resumes and look through the portfolio and find the hidden gems from this stack of CVs. But you have to showcase it. You have to portray it. You have to highlight it. Yeah, definitely. You can contact me via LinkedIn. Just refer this session also, because there will be a lot of messages that is coming in LinkedIn. LinkedIn has become a spam kind of a platform where people connect to do business. People will have a lot of products, so it's very difficult to differentiate the spam from the actual messages. So try to refer this session, this KDIS session. Yeah. And again, another product ID is something that I have given. Create a system that can identify the spam messages and valid messages from a set of LinkedIn from the LinkedIn messages that a person is receiving. So these kind of solutions you can try to build, and then you will have a real ground level understanding of the technologies that you are actually learning about, and it will help you to craft the resume, build your portfolio, and land the career that you want. Maybe you will be building another, maybe you can build another million or billion-dollar company also. Yep. Is there anything else? I am Santanu. I build modern websites that blend clean design with my work. Contact me. Okay, great. View my work. Right channel system, portfolio system. Okay. Yeah, this is good. This is actually good. it look like you have used some kind of it's good from a perspective. It's good from a fresher perspective. It's really good. I really like the design. It's clean. It's kind of modern. The only thing is that the images are looking kind of stock. Uh, Try to bring in some kind of human touch to this particular website also. This is good actually. I really like this. Contact. There is a dark mode also. It's really great. I think you might have created it using some cursor or something. Netlify. Because those kind of platforms, bring this dark mode actually. It's good. It's good. And I really like it. And try to portray some of the products that you have built. You build this behavioral and vital analysis system, right? Try to create a very simple system that people can try, so that when you go to the interviews, you can just show load it in the mobile and show it to them that this is something that I have built. It will do X, Y, Z, and these are the points that I can improve, etc. You can do something like that, right? Do something like that. Okay, and highlight it in your resume also. Okay. And make sure that you include the keywords which are necessary for passing the screen. Okay, anything else? Java for beginner Universal app. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This thing is not loading. Anyway, you can. Okay, it's loading. This is also kind of good. Anyway, I can give the feedback. Send me this. You can send this to my LinkedIn profile. I'll check this out. Okay. Just mention this session's name. Okay. So that I will know that this is from this particular session. Okay, guys, can we wind up now? We can connect via LinkedIn. Yep.
Unfortunately, we have reached the end of our allotted time. For any unanswered queries, we will try to compile response and share them through our official channels if possible. Feel free to drop your questions in the chat. So once again, heartfelt thanks to Sri Benny Xavier and all of you for being a part of this industry masterclass. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Bye.